I watched Frozen today! Frozen, directed by Chris Buck and Jennifer Lee. This is the new Disney movie that just came out this year, and it is really good, really awesome. I really like this movie, even though from what I hear it takes a lot of elements from the movie Tangled. I didn't see Tangled, maybe that's why I really like this movie so much. But I think the other reason is because they have two twists in this movie to make the cliche Disney princess story be different, and I really like the twist. They just really make it a refreshing story that is just great, that you see Disney doing something that's entirely different, and yet it's not because you've seen princess stories before. It's just a different type of princess story. This is the Ice Queen princess story. We got two sisters, Anna, voiced by Kristen Bell, the younger sister, and Eloise, voiced by Idina Menzel. And Eloise, who is the older sister, has the power to manipulate ice, and she cannot control this power. She is given a pair of gloves in order to control her power, and her parents are very worried what this power could do to her sister, who has no powers at all and could be vulnerable to Eloise's ice powers. They're also worried that when the people find out that they could see Eloise as a monster, and they may want to kill her or something. And when Eloise grows up and is old enough to become queen, Anna meets this new guy voiced by Santiago Fontana named Hans, Prince Hans, and she wants to marry him. She thinks that she has found the one. And when this happens, this is the point where Eloise's powers come out, and everybody finds out that she can manipulate ice, that she's the Ice Queen. And at this point, Eloise's uncontrollable ice powers have brought on a permanent winter, and Eloise has run away and created her own frozen palace of solitude, fortress of solitude, like right out of Superman. Only Ice Queen version. And Anna has to go and get her back and try to bring some balance to the weather. And on the way, he meets this guy that sells ice named Kristoff, voiced by Jonathan Groff. And he's great. He has this reindeer named Sven, and typically when you have a Disney animal, they talk. But in this movie, the Disney animal does not talk. When you meet Kristoff, he is actually talking for the reindeer. That is just funny, and it's also refreshing to see, because again, this is not your typical cliche Disney character. Usually Disney characters actually talk, and this time he's not talking. And we have a talking snowman. Move over, Frosty. We got Olaf, voiced by Josh Gad. I like Olaf. He's a great character, written very well, very funny, great comic relief. Very much like the Scarecrow from Wizard of Oz. I like the fact that he falls apart and you gotta put him back together a lot of times. And he wants to experience what it would be like to be in summer or spring. And Hans and Anna are worried that summer and spring are really not the best times for snowmen to be out. There's also this old Duke character voiced by Alan Tudyk, which is really the only element from Wreck-It Ralph that this movie has, is to have one of the voices from Wreck-It Ralph in this movie. Most of the elements that are in this movie are from the movie Tangled, but I think this movie is a little bit different from Tangled. I haven't seen Tangled, but I think this movie is a little bit different from Tangled. And this is a great movie. It really is refreshing to see something entirely different from Disney in the princess genre. I really like that a lot because Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella, they're the typical cliche story, even though I like all those movies a lot and I consider them classics. It's pretty much the same tale over and over again, and this is just very refreshing to see something entirely different on the princess story. So I'm going to give this movie a 9 out of 10. I really like this movie. Definitely check out Frozen. I saw it in 2D. Right now the 3D showings are only at night, but from what I hear, I think the 3D would probably be worth it because the animation looks like the 3D would be very good. But it looks great in 2D also. So definitely check it out.